I will. I took myself too much. I took myself.
I made it. I knew I would never say goodbye to my guy. They took the little one. He doesn't pass anymore. At the end of the night, he killed my son. I don't know what to do. What?
Brunatins, 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 Brunatins.
And so it stays like this. I need to try. Another life. I need to try. To rise again. I need to try. To stay. So he is worth in style. I would like to talk to him. He is not tough. He is not old. Trauma. Happy with me more. Because it's not easy. Is he worth what he said? That's not a question. He is my son, isn't he? The son was very attached to my father, but the father wanted him to live with my older son. He didn't want to. He ended up separated. He lived in Rio Grande do Sul. And this last time he came for a hearing, everything was discussed about disability regulation. And in the end, he said, I am aware, but I do not accept. The problem is that he came with me, and everything he tried to do, he couldn't. He did it in the only way he knew how to do something alive for him. Then in the morning, I went to pick him up at the hotel at 10 a.m. I sent him a message. No, I'm coming down at 10 a.m. Then I emailed him. There was no response. I had arrived at the house, called the hotel, said, for God's sake, please, give me a morning, a little bit, because he has flour, and didn't respond at all. I was on the call, I answered. I am Bia, I am coming down the stairs. I went. I was on the ground. I am Bia. 10 minutes. I had the bag on my back doing, and I saw my God. My grandfather was isolated, and I didn't have true love.
I didn't know what that was. I don't have what I don't have. I forget you. Goodbye and take care.
I will no longer call myself love. I will no longer call myself love. I will no longer call myself love. I am not talking about God in any conceivable way. The result is the absolute and utmost maximum. When you get emotional, happy, don't feel bad for a little happiness in looking at yourself. We move together. We follow each other very closely. I really miss hugs. A lot. So what is it, huh? When I was looking at the school, I was looking at the car, driving, I was driving to the beach, and I am crying, because I am crying, Mom. Because I love you. I was looking at the beach. I won't stop crying. He kept playing again, said the same thing, sat, looked at the bed, and bye. Both were crying, so you can't explain my love for him, and that was unfortunate. That's what his father wanted to do. He managed that I competed for mine. He couldn't understand why. He couldn't destroy you. You are still standing, and you will stay standing for him. Because if you give in, it was exactly everything he wanted. You can't give in. I intend for your life. Live for your son. Live the life that he couldn't have. Okay, think about it. What your ex-husband wanted was to take your life. He took your love, but he couldn't take your life. It's Johan. He wouldn't want to see you like this, you know? Think. Everyone comes here and has a story to tell you. You transform people's lives. I will. I will one way or another. I will. I hope you will be happy when we make the transformation.
Against the violences of God.
The miracle is not for those who give up, it is for those who persist. And we are persisting in our miracle. The last time I came here was the hardest moment of my life, without comparisons. I really wanted to see my son, to meet my son. And we spent 9 months of our pregnancy waiting and dreaming of his face, what he would be like. God has been telling me to prepare my home. And when it is my home, it is also my body. So, I hope I can get pregnant soon. And since we have been 9 months, since what happened 9 months, since I lost Levi, his room was a weight for me, a burden, you know. I went in, closed the door, and started declaring good things in there because that room was a place of death for me, right? It had no meaning in our lives. Even though we moved houses to not stay in the same room, what happened? The room meant death to me. We talked about the room. Oh, it was in the middle room. The middle room is the baby's room. So it became a room for a baby that never existed, right? I went into the room, cleaned the room, drew a rainbow inside this room so that God can send the rainbow baby. I organized it, now we can lie down. When I'm sad, I sit on the bed. Tiago uses the room more than even our own. In the afternoon, he lies down there. The room brought a peace, you know.
The last time we met, you told me that you had a photo of Levi.
I painted myself, sorry, come on. We shouldn't hold on to this image of our child, of our Levi like this.
But you weren't ready to see his little face yet. Did you see the photo?
I, these days, had a curiosity. I didn't have the curiosity. I had the curiosity, called my dad and said, Dad, do you have this photo? He said, I do. I asked, do you want it? When I received it, I didn't open it. I just saw the notification, right, Dad message. I said, Tiago, my dad sent the photo. But you can look first to see how it is. If I will want to see. Then Tiago took it, saw it, and said, you won't want to see. This is not Levi. This is a body of a baby who is no longer with us. Levi is with God. Levi is not how you would like to see. Today I say that we are healed by the grace of God, but it doesn't stop hurting. One of the questions I had was whether he would like to play with balls, if he likes Spider-Man or Batman. I always ask Tiago, right? And these days I dreamed. I dreamed of a child with black hair, and in the dream he came and hugged me. Mommy, I like Spider-Man, not Batman. And everything is fine up here.
The privilege was being with you, going through all of this. If God called me and said, would you go through it all again? If it were with you, I would.
Going through the worst moment of our lives together. I fulfilling my dream of seeing you enter the delivery room in that outfit and hearing our babies cry. When we definitely get the positive pregnancy test, we will say this here.
Thank you so very much indeed, God. I truly love you.